is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Country Boys RC, and today I'm in my back bedroom of my house. Got this new kit in and decided to do a unboxing slash reveal video for you guys, since it's something I haven't done in quite a while since I had the Galinda. This one here, it's not really going to be a build series because there's really not much to build. It's just basically the chassis, wheels and tires, and the body. That's all that comes in the kit. With the electronics, it's going to be a 17.5 brushless system, simple servo, 2S LiPo, real cheap, real easy to build. So, I mean, we're looking maybe 30 to 45 minutes of build time total. Not including installing electronics, which will probably only take me about 10 minutes to install everything, get the wires trimmed up, soldered on, get everything cleaned up neat, and get it going. I only paid $100 for this kit here. I got it from a local hobby store over in Gainesville called Hobby Time Motorsports, where if you've seen me post on the Country Boys Facebook page, the Dungeon RC Speedway and Dungeon Off-Road Track, that's where it's at. By the size of the box, you can tell it's not very big. So, I mean, it's really one of two things. It's either a really small off-road or it's an oval kit. So, I've never had one of these. This is going to be my first ever car from this company. A lot of people don't know or have heard of a company called Bolink because they've gone out of business a few years back. They used to make really nice high-end oval cars that would compete on just numerous circuits around the U.S., around the world, and they would win because they were so well made. And there was other companies who took that platform and tweaked it and adjusted it to make their own platform because they seen how well the Bolink platform performed and how well it worked. It was actually based out of Georgia, probably about an hour south of here, right outside of Atlanta. Once they closed down, one of their designers left the company, took his designs, and went and created RJ Speed. RJ Speed, yes, all of their cars are recreated Bolinks, but they're upgraded with better materials now. They've got more parts that you can shake a stick at because they're easy to find now. When it comes to Bolink parts, yes, Bolink parts will fit this if you can find the parts to match the kits. So the kit I decided to go with is the RJ Speed Legends car. It is the, I believe, let's see, I've already pulled the label off of it. Oh, I cannot believe, I believe this is the coupe here. The sedan is the red one. Get it going right. And the coupe was the yellow or the blue. The body comes unpainted, clear, so you have to do all that yourself. I've already opened it up, set all the parts aside because I wanted to see what all came in this kit. So, first thing you get is a bag with some RJ Speed decals. We'll just dump it out and see what all's in here. You get window mask for the body, the decals that I was talking about. Looks like some double-sided tape of some sort, maybe for mounting servos or electronics. You also get a couple of pretty good size zip ties. You get a, let's see, what is this? This is just a price list of all the parts. And then you get your instructions. I pulled the instructions out of the bag because that's how I decided about how long it would take to build it. Instructions are pretty simple. Just printed off, stapled together, it looks like. Nothing fancy, no big color images or you know, big fancy thick book like you see with some other kits. The pictures that are in here do show you pretty good on how everything goes together. Let me see if I can find a picture of something here. Let's see. We'll just go back to the front page. Basically, it shows you step by step on how everything should go together. Bumper. Looks like this is the front steering here. Over here, there's your steering, your knuckles, I guess is what those are. Zero suspension whatsoever on this car, other than a small pair of springs that go in the front on the front kingpin that just gives it just very little up and down movement. So real simple design, nothing with a lot of moving parts that you have to work on constantly. Next thing you get are these black tires with the yellow stripe with black plastic wheels. They are foam. These are what they call the spec, the RJ Speed spec tires for this. If you run a spec class race, these are the tires you have to run. Yes, we do run these foam tires on the dirt oval at the dungeon because it's such a smooth, hard-packed dirt. They just hold up really well. We've had guys out there running, I don't know, a couple hours, you know, just keep cycling batteries through the cars and never had one issue with the tires. We do use traction compound just to help out a little bit. These are the front tires here, kind of skinny, not real wide. And then here are the rear tires, real fat and wide foam tires. I don't believe that there is a left or right hand side tire for this kit. Now I may be wrong because I've never built one, but from looking at it, looks like there's just a slight difference. I'll measure it and I'll post it in the description below. Next thing you get is you get a couple of bags of hardware. This is the rear axle, rear hubs, spur gear, some looks like little bushings. Believe this is a ball diff, so real simple ball diff. It's there's the spur, so the balls will just sit inside that and ride on that. So there's the rear end differential assembly. Then you get this large bag here. This is the chassis kit, and it looks like it's got some hardware in it. I've already opened it up and looked. 2 chassis plates here are your chassis rails. You've got, looks to be like a center just plate for a stiffener. From the instructions, it looks like it's got a couple of metal bars that go across it just for some extra strength. You've got a bumper with the mounting screws in there. Looks to be the lower steering mount for your front end, and then this is your steering, your upper steering piece here. Some plastic or nylon bolts, those plastic rods I was talking about going in between the chassis, some screws, and a couple of body clips. That looks about it in that bag. And then in this one, this is your steering assembly bag. Trying to see if I can get to where you guys can see it. There's actually these front springs, if I can get it to focus. Not focus on me, but on the bag. There's actually the spring that is for the front end. There's actually 2 of them there. They're just stuck together, so we'll separate those later. Your knuckles, kingpins, everything like that. And then last but not least, this is another hardware bag. It does come with a pinion gear. I do not know what tooth pinion that goes with. And then it's got steering links. It's these metal rods that just hook to your servo and through, like, let me see if I've got one. Yeah, it would go, they would just hook through the little holes on your servo horn and go out to it. It looks like it's got a couple of metal rod links to connect all the rods together. Some more shims. It does come with a little Allen screw or Allen wrench in the parts bag. And last but not least is the body. See if we can get this out here and I'll show it to you guys. Alright, here it is. Real nice, old, looks like to be about a 30s to, you know, early to mid 30s Ford coupe. It's got this blue tint to it. I'm hoping that the body's actually not blue. I'm hoping it's actually clear. It may just be the overspray film, the protectant film that goes on it. Looking at the side of the body here, on the rear wheel wells, there's these two little square plates that you cut out. It says reinforce plus side mounts. I don't know what that's actually for. I'll have to look through the instructions and see. But the body seems to be pretty thick. It doesn't look like it's cheaply made, so that's a real nice plus. Have to paint this up. Don't know what way I'm going to paint it up yet. I may go with like an old rat rod style paint scheme, or we may just do like a matte black with a little bit of rust or something on it. Just give it like a hot rod look. So we'll have to see what we decide on from there. But other than that, that's, you know, that's all that comes in the kit. That's why it's not really going to be a build series, because there's not a lot. From watching other videos on YouTube, I got a pretty good idea of what you'll need to build this. You need a set of good digital calipers. These are some I got from Boca Barons, one of my race sponsors, so good to use their products. You'll need a set of, I believe, metric hex drivers. That's what everybody in the videos are using. I've got the 1.5 to 2.5 Dynamite hex drivers, all metal, so real nice, good quality set of tools. Pair of pliers. I just use a pair of multi-tool pliers. They work good. About anything will work if you don't have a good set of pliers lying around or close by. Vice grips. You never know when you need to hold on to something that doesn't have a hex head for, and to snap another piece on, say a old C-clip, which this kit does have in a couple pieces. So that'll be nice to hold on to it while I snap that little clip on. Sharpie for labeling or drawing on your outside of your paint, your protective paint cover on your body, that so you can kind of get a design of what you want to go on there. If you ever decide to change your design, a little rubbing alcohol, it'll wipe right off and you can start again. And this here is just a Duratrax parts kit that's got hex drivers, Phillips head, and straight, and then a couple of other metric hexes that's similar to the Dynamite, just with a little bit longer reach. So I use this a lot on my Nitro when I'm taking the motor on and off, so it works really good. And for all the screws that might be in the kit, so you don't have them rolling around on your workbench, if you don't have a pit mat with a screw catcher or a little magnetic screw holder that you can get at a hardware store, I just use a piece of foam. This piece of foam is actually out of a motor kit for the Castle. when they package it in there, you know, it's got the foam on the cover over the top of the motor and ESC. I just take and cut a hole in the center of the foam and set it down on my workbench, and I can set my screws in there, and I don't have to worry about them rolling all around my workbench. So that's about it for this, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the build tonight and try to get this done up, and maybe we'll have another video uploaded later on this week, you know, after this build's done, to show you guys what it looks like, and I'll give you my impressions on how easy the build went, what I think of the build, if I think anything could be done better, or if I see any changes or things that you need to look out for if you decide to build this kit. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the Country Boys RC Facebook page. Check us out on Twitter and Instagram. We're always posting photos on there. And we will see you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it.